I'm 78 years old, and I need to tell you something I should have realized 52 years ago. My name is Eleanor, and I stayed in the wrong marriage for 52 years. I wasted my entire life with a man I didn't love. And now it's too late. I'm going to tell you something that might upset you. For 52 years, I told myself I was doing the right thing, that I was being loyal, that staying was the noble choice. I was wrong. Staying in the wrong marriage didn't make me noble. It made me a ghost, a woman who died decades before her body did. Now I'm 78. My husband died 3 years ago, and I felt relief. Not grief, relief. That's when I understood. I'd wasted my one precious life. I'd spent 52 years living with a stranger, pretending to be happy when I was dying inside. And now there's no time left, no second chance. This is it, and I wasted it. Let me take you back to 1967. I was 21 years old. I met Robert at a church social. He was 25, had a good job as an insurance salesman. My mother said, "Eleanor, he's a catch. Don't let him get away." Everyone said I was lucky. So I said yes when he proposed, 6 months later. We barely knew each other. But that's what you did in 1967. You found a suitable man. You got married. Whether you loved him or not wasn't the point. We got married in 1968. I was 22 years old. On our wedding night, I remember thinking, is this it? Is this what the rest of my life looks like? But I pushed the thought away. I told myself love would grow. It didn't. We had nothing in common. Robert liked hunting and football. I liked reading and music. He wanted to watch TV every night. I wanted to talk, really talk, about ideas, about dreams, about life. But Robert didn't talk about those things, surface things, safe things, empty things. In 1970, our daughter Jennifer was born. I was 24. I thought having a baby would fix things. It didn't. Robert was decent. He provided. But he was emotionally distant from me, from Jennifer, from everyone. I remember thinking, is this all marriage is? Two people living in the same house, but completely alone? But I didn't say anything, because that's what women did. We stayed quiet. We made it work. We pretended everything was fine. In 1973, I met someone. His name was Michael, a teacher at Jennifer's preschool. We started talking, really talking, about books, about philosophy, about what it means to live a meaningful life. And I felt something I'd never felt with Robert. I felt seen, known, understood. Michael asked me to coffee. We met 3 times, just talking. But I felt more alive in those 3 conversations than I'd felt in 5 years of marriage. Michael looked at me and said, "Eleanor, you're not happy. I can see it." I started crying, right there in the coffee shop, because someone finally saw the truth. He said, "You deserve to be happy." And I said, "I'm married. I made a commitment." I stopped seeing Michael. I told myself I was doing the right thing, being faithful, being honorable. But I wasn't being honorable. I was being a coward. I went home to Robert, to our empty conversations, to our cold bed, to our lifeless marriage, and I told myself this was enough, that I should be grateful, as if survival is the same as living. In 1978, Jennifer turned 8. I was 32 years old. I looked at myself in the mirror one morning and didn't recognize the woman staring back. She looked tired, hollow, defeated. Robert and I hadn't had a real conversation in years. We didn't laugh together. We didn't dream together. We existed side by side, like roommates going through the motions. But there was no life in it, no joy, no connection, no love. In 1985, Jennifer was 15. One night she asked me, "Mom, are you and Dad happy?" I said, "Of course, sweetie." She said, "Because you never touch. You never smile at each other. You look sad all the time." Out of the mouths of children. The truth I couldn't say out loud. But marriage isn't supposed to feel like a prison sentence, like something you endure, like a slow death. In 1992, Jennifer got married. She was 22. At the reception, she said, "Mom, I love David so much. I can't imagine my life without him." And I smiled and said, "That's wonderful, honey." But inside, I was dying, because I'd never felt that way about Robert. Not ever. I'd married him because it was expected, and I'd spent 24 years living with that mistake. At that moment, I thought, maybe I should leave. Maybe there's still time. But I didn't, because what would people say? What would I do at 46 with no career, no money, no independence? So I stayed, and the years kept passing. In 2003, I was 57. Robert retired. Suddenly, he was home all the time. And I realized I couldn't even stand being in the same room with him. Everything about him reminded me of the life I didn't choose, the dreams I'd buried. We watched TV in silence. We ate in silence. We lived in silence. Two people waiting to die. In 2015, my best friend Carol died. We'd known each other 53 years. At her funeral, Carol's daughter said, "My mother taught me that life is too short to waste on things that don't bring you joy." Even at the end, she was still fully alive, still herself, still free. And I sat there thinking, Carol was free, and I've been in prison for 47 years. After the funeral, I went home. Robert was watching TV, like always. I stood in the doorway and looked at him. This man I'd spent 47 years with. And I felt nothing. No love, no hate, just nothing. And that's worse than hate, because nothing means you're already dead. I thought about leaving, right then, at 69 years old. But where would I go? I'd spent my entire adult life as Robert's wife. I didn't know who Eleanor was anymore. So I stayed. Again, like I always did. In 2018, Robert got sick. Cancer. 6 months to live. I became his caretaker, and everyone said, "Eleanor, you're such a devoted wife." But I wasn't. I was just going through the motions, playing the role like I had for 50 years. When Robert died in 2019, I was 73 years old. People said, "We're so sorry for your loss." But it wasn't a loss. It was a release. I felt like I could breathe for the first time in decades. And then came the realization. I was free, finally free, at 73 years old. And I had no idea what to do with my freedom. I'd waited my entire life for this moment. And now I was too old, too tired, too broken. I'd wasted 52 years of mornings, of chances, of life. Gone, all of it, gone. I'm 78 now. I've been alone for 5 years. And you know what? Being alone is better than being with the wrong person. So much better. I wake up when I want. I read what I want. I don't have to pretend anymore. But here's the thing. I'm 78. My body hurts. I don't have the energy to travel, to start hobbies, to fall in love, all the things I could have done at 30, at 40, at 50. I can't do them now. It's too late. Let me tell you what I learned too late. Staying in the wrong marriage doesn't make you noble. It makes you a volunteer prisoner. You're choosing to waste your one life. Society tells women to stay, to make it work, to be loyal. But what about honoring yourself? What about honoring your one precious life? What about honoring the truth? I spent 52 years lying, to everyone, to my daughter, to myself. I pretended I was happy. I pretended I loved Robert. But I didn't. I never did. And that lie poisoned everything. It poisoned my relationship with Jennifer. Because she grew up watching a loveless marriage, it poisoned my relationship with myself. Because I learned to ignore my own feelings, my own needs. I learned to be small, silent, invisible. You don't owe anyone your life. Not your parents, not your spouse, not society. Your life is yours, and if you're in the wrong relationship, you're allowed to leave. You're allowed to choose yourself. You're allowed to want more than just surviving. You're allowed to want joy, connection, love, real love, not the performance of love, but the actual feeling of being seen and cherished by another human being. I never had that. I had 52 years of polite distance, of empty routines, of silent dinners, of a life half lived. And now it's too late. That chance is gone. All my chances are gone. Last week, I saw a young couple in the park. They were laughing. He looked at her like she was the most amazing thing he'd ever seen. And I started crying, because I never had that. I never will have that. And I only have myself to blame, because I stayed. I stayed when I should have left. I stayed when every cell in my body was screaming at me to go. If you're in the wrong relationship, I need you to hear me. Leave. Don't wait. Don't tell yourself it will get better. Don't tell yourself you're too old to start over. Leave. Because every day you stay is a day you can't get back. Every morning you wake up next to someone you don't love is a morning you'll never have again. Every year you waste is a year you could have spent finding real love, or finding yourself, or finding peace. You think you have time. You think, I'll leave next year, after the kids graduate, after we pay off the house. But things never settle down. There's always another excuse, always another reason to stay. And before you know it, you're 78, and it's over, and you can't get it back. This is it. This is your one life, and you're spending it in a prison of your own making. I know what you're thinking. But I have kids. But I have no money. But what will people think? I thought all those things too, and none of it mattered. Jennifer grew up in a loveless home, and it damaged her. The money, I could have worked. What people think? Those people aren't living your life. They're not lying in your bed at night, feeling dead inside. You are. Leaving is scary, but staying is scarier. Because staying means accepting that this is it, this loveless marriage, this empty life. That's your forever. Can you accept that? Can you lie on your deathbed knowing you spent your entire life with the wrong person? Knowing you had chances to leave and you didn't take them? I can't. I can't accept it, and I have to live with that regret every single day. Every morning, I wake up and think, I wasted my life. That's my reality now. Don't let that be you. Don't waste 52 years like I did. Don't wait until you're 78 to finally be free. I'm 78 years old. I stayed in the wrong marriage for 52 years, and now it's too late for me. But it's not too late for you. If you're unhappy, if you know in your heart this is wrong, leave. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to be loved, really loved. And if you can't find that love with another person, at least love yourself enough to leave. Love yourself enough to stop wasting your life. Love yourself enough to choose freedom. Don't waste 52 years figuring this out. Learn from my mistake. Life is too short to spend it with the wrong person. Life is too precious to waste on fear. Leave while you still can, while you still have time, while there's still a chance to find joy, or peace, or at least yourself. If this resonates with you, share it. Leave a comment and tell me what you're going to do. Today. Not someday, today. And ask yourself one question. If I died tomorrow, would I regret staying? Because I promise you, you'll regret staying, just like I do, every single day. The clock is ticking for all of us. Don't waste what's left.